How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a little bit more Source brewing up in this piece in the form of their All You Need Is Love. Yeah, this is an Imperial, 9% hazy. I would call that almost triple IPA territory. Yeah, it's featuring Estrada, Nelson Sauvin, and Mosaic. That's an awesome fucking combination. That'd be that. Yeah, this comes courtesy of my boy Mike. We did a little social distancing handoff. And as far as this beer goes, just under 2 months old. This one is. This is Happy Birthday, Paul. Yeah, so we'll see what's what. Just under 2 months old. Not too bad. Imperial IPA. We'll see how she plays. Looks good, I'll tell you that much. This is probably my fourth or fifth Source review. Actually, I think half of those have come by the hand of... Actually, 3 of those have come from Mike. So thank you very much, brother. Label-wise, it's the Beatles. Doing the whole Abbey Road thing, but in front of Source's Farmhouse brewery. Yeah, it's okay. Listen, I don't hate the Beatles. I love some of their songs, but I don't get it. Just don't get it. They're alright. They're okay. They're No Faith No More. Let's put it that way. Anyway, Twin Nick's Fingers, just off white head, kind of leaning into that kind of slightly tan khaki thing almost. At least from viewing it from the top, which you guys can't see. And as far as that body goes, it looks the part of what I enjoy when I get up there in those high ABV kind of hazies, and it has this kind of pineapple juice kind of look to it. Almost like it has a lactose thing going on. I don't think it does, but yeah, I mean, she looks the part. Yeah. Let's see what the sucker has in the nose. I mean, this is tropical fruit peach juice. That's all this beer is. I'm not getting any kind of bittering in this. It's this big, huge, rich, sweetened combination of like a nice mango, kiwi, kind of star fruit, tropical fruit kind of thing going on with a nice dollop of a little kind of tangerine kind of peach thing going on in there. Yeah, it's running the gamut, but it is tropical fruit, it is peach, and then a little bit of subtle citrus. I mean, at this point, I rarely get no citrus out of a lot of hazies. I mean, there are some that I do, but they're pretty much in there, so it's kind of a redundant thing to even mention. But it has this nice kind of bold sweetness to it. Listen, it's 9%. I expect it to be bold. It's coming off bold, but it doesn't smell like it's going to be an overly crazy residual sugar kind of sweetness. Yeah, that smells nice. I'm just going to dive right in. Cheers. That's dangerous. This is quintessential hazy, and by that I mean the bitterness on this is very, very minimal. So it's kind of one of those beers where a lot of people talk about the like New England style hazy IPA. This is really what it is. Soft, sultry mouthfeel, very creamy, no lactose, but it has to have a heavy oat addition to it. It has this kind of nice, that tropical fruit thing, followed by that kind of stone fruit, followed by that citrus. It's all very soft, not much as far as pithiness or rindiness. But it's not overly sweet either. You're not getting just an overly ripened residual sugar bomb here. It's very reserved in its sweetness. While at the same time, it's being a big beer. You know it's a big beer. There's a little bit of very soft, dusty, weed keefy kind of very gentle kind of bittering on this. Very minimal. I mean, it almost to the point where you don't even want to mention it. It's there, so it's not devoid of all bitterness, but it's pretty damn close to that. Yeah, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. It drinks way more... I want to make sure I word this correctly. It drinks... You perceive it like it's like 6. You know it's 9. Just because of the way it comes off, I think a lot of the flavors and a lot of the impact is really hard to get at 6%. But all that impact has a little bit of rounded edge to it, so it doesn't come off nearly as big. But at the same time, you know you're drinking something big, so I'm not going to get on my high horse about, oh, I wish it was 6%. I like it. It's a weird. It's like a Nerf 2x4 to the face, if that makes any sense, because everything's soft and rounded, but it's still relatively aggressive. So it's like you're getting that little smack to the head, but it's with a Nerf 2x4, so it's a little bit like kind of soft and not overly aggressive, if you will. A little bit of rounded edges on it. I like it. I think it's fun. Listen, Source's price point can be a little bit high for me, especially for what they do. Especially in tap room, their prices are pretty aggressive. They don't do a traditional flight, so if you get 4 4-ounce pours, you're looking at plus $20 for that. So that's a little bit pricey, but they're on a swath of land that is very, very pricey. I mean, they're pretty much kind of shoehorned on the edge of a Trump National Golf Course of all places. So real estate's quite high, so you can understand the pricing. But you choose to open where you open, and the beer market is what it is. So if you were to strip the price point away from source, in-house, and even outside, because I'm assuming this is pushing $20 at least, you know, they're crushing it when it comes to a lot of these kind of hazies and a lot of the beers that they do, and I dig them. But price point does kind of matter. Now, when people just give you beers in exchange, that makes it a little bit more tolerable, I guess. So, yeah, let's talk about it. Is this one of the better double IPAs, or even Imperial? I want to say Imperial because it's not quite triple, but it wants to be there. Imperial IPAs, yes. Is it Mount Rushmore status? Probably right on the outside of that. But it's quite tasty. I like that balance between the rounded edges but a hefty impact. I dig it. Even with 2 months on it, it's still quite nice. Valued availability, like I said, don't know on this one in particular. Mike, let me know what's what. Leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like big old hazies and you're not a big fan of immense bitterness, you're still going to get a little bit of bitterness here, but it's nothing too soul-crushing, even though I like the bitterness. So if you like your hazies, you like them bold, you like them not super sharp on the edges, but you're not a big fan of big bitterness, there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting stuff, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying some source right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.